Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for your time and joining us. If you haven't met Chris before, Chris is one of the leading editors at Masterspec, and he's been doing a lot of work recently around acceptable solutions, around fire protection, which have been or having to be amended over the next wee while. Chris, what are some of those changes that you're seeing?
Basically, there's a range of them. Some are just simple reformatting where clauses, the numbers being changed and effectively the content's being changed as a result. So they've combined a couple of clauses or removed a table. So the information has just been shuffled around, so we need to accommodate that. Some are just general alterations where perhaps a standard has been removed, something similar. Other items are expanded content where, for example, previously there was a standard that you tested to, now there's a standard that you test to, but there's also some additional specific items that have been required as well. The fourth one would be new information, where basically it's like a completely new item of information. In terms of AS2, there's a new clause on limited combustible materials. So before we had non-combustible materials, which are still there, and limited combustible materials basically add another compliance option. They're not quite non-combustible, but it can be used as a way of demonstrating compliance.
Brilliant. Okay, well, it seems quite fulsome. But what products are they affecting the most? Obviously, there's a whole range of stuff in Masterspec, but are there certain products that are affected more by this than others?
Yeah, initially we thought there's a slight range, but it's basically focusing mainly around external claddings, which will be affected by this change.
Okay, so what work have you been doing in particular regarding this change?
So initially we've just got to get our head around what changes, so that takes some time to just get your head around it. Then we look at specific sections and what we need to do to address the changes within those. So that might be very specific to an actual section. In other occasions, there's a concept that's across a number of sections. In this case, we've actually developed some new template clauses, which there's about 4 or 5 of them, which will be used across sections and for new sections going forward.
Okay, so that should make it simpler, but what do product partners need to do? I know you guys have been doing a lot of work pre this, but what should product partners do?
So for some, there's nothing to do. There's just general housekeeping that we will do. For other items, we've identified a change, and there's been sort of a significant change in your section. Well, when I say significant, in inverted commas, we'll communicate that to you as a courtesy, but basically we're confident that change can be made. And the third situation is where we need to make a change, but I'm not entirely confident that the change can be released without approval. So in that situation, we'll send you the information. If you can approve it, we can make the change. If not, we just have to do a bit of an additional work.
Okay, so product partners will be starting to see this sort of stuff come through from you guys.
Yes, correct. Yep, some of them will have received it. Otherwise, there's some to come.
Okay, and what sort of time frame are we talking? I know that they like to bleed these out over time, so it's not just at a defined date. What time frame are we talking?
So in terms of the MB time frame, there's a transition period from last November through to this November. So in effect, both acceptable CS AS2 Amendment 1 and Amendment 2 are both in effect, but come this November, it's only Amendment 2. So we're aiming for basically May, 1st of May, to get these changes rolled out, because that's basically the midway point, so it seems a sensible thing to aim at. So yeah, we'll continue to work through these items, and if you get information from us, please respond.
Okay, and if partners are still confused or worried, they should just ring Masterspec and have a conversation with us?
Yep. Ring up, talk to me or whoever else. But yep, definitely, if you're unsure, let us know.
Okay, thanks Chris, and thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Cheers.